Hi, Libra. Good to see all you beautiful Libra folks out there. This is Mary Ellen coming to you from Moonrise Cottage for your December 2018 Soul Tarot reading. Here we are, it's the end of the year. It's hard to believe, isn't it? A couple of announcements just while I'm shuffling. I will put the links to my website so that you can click on that right below. Sign up for your tarot reading, your medium services. I offer distance healing, and I will put another link, even though it goes to my they'll go to my website for the shamanic. There's the first card. Interesting. Visits that are going to be happening here. The next one is a beautiful winter solstice journey, Spirit's calling it, starting on the 19th of December and ending on the 22nd, which happens to be the full moon. And we're just going to go deep and be really quiet and sit in the portal, Spirit says, and have some nice meals and laugh. And Spirit says, cry if you need to, and just hang out and just really love yourself. So that is all below. And I'm asking Spirit for your cards. And here they come. You know, it's interesting. There's the first card. That's about healing. And wow, these cards literally just came out actually in the reverse order for, I believe it was Sagittarius. Amazing. So there's a spirit, my spirit guides are talking a lot about healing. They're talking about looking back what the year's been like. If you have Capricorn in your chart, go check that out. Capricorn reading was beautiful. I'm actually, because we are still in retrograde, I'm doing the readings backwards in order just for fun, just to lighten it up, because it's been a heavy retrograde, hasn't it? Backed into a retrograde. Spirit's talking about it's just time to stand still, just breathe. Spirit says just breathe into it and allow the messages to come. Here's the next card. And I will go through them. There we go. Amazing. What's coming out here, Libra? I'm not surprised, because your readings have been really, really powerful. Going all the way through. Look at that. There we are. Coming through in the bridge card. Okay. They're telling me, yeah, there's just massive amount of healing going on for everybody this month. No, Spirit says no exceptions. Really interesting. Okay. Beautiful. Look at that. First card in the spirit realm. Teacher, you are going to be a student. Do you see the turning of destiny? And this is all about coming into, oh boy, another card about destiny. Two of them right in a row. Pardon me. Very intense, really beautiful for you, Libra. And let's pick an outcome card. Change. A lot of change coming. Because of the change, Spirit's been talking about the change in, okay, the word that's coming through is the epoch. All right, so let me just give me a second to take a look at the cards, and I will show you them and how they relate to each other while we talk about this reading. And then when we're done, I'm going to pick a card, one card for you from the Mystical Shaman Oracle, which I have just started using. It's gorgeous. You're going to love it. So, you know, Libra, for you in the month of December, there is a new destiny unfolding that has to do with the process of healing that you've been through. And the word that's actually coming through is transformation, but it's a certain type of transformation that we've all been through in 2018, as you know. So the theme of this message from the Spirit Guides is about healing. It's about something that you left behind, some kind of a birth, death, rebirth process. So this is the woman of knowledge. She has been transformed. She is of the universe now, Spirit's saying. And she's picking herbs and flowers from healing, for healing that grow out of the bones of the person that is buried. That's a gravestone. And that person happens to be her brother. So there's a long story that winds through the Celtic Wisdom Tarot about some of the epic mythology built into the Irish culture. And when this woman shows up, it is about magic. It's about transformation and going through this type of process that even in death, the healing that needs to come forward and the shift and change and the transformation arise up out of that which has passed off. So there is some part of your nature, some part of your life, perhaps, maybe through the retrograde with Venus, something has been released. That's what Spirit's saying. And the card that sits here that is about your energy, it's Major Arcana. So a lot of power, a lot of energy. That is the Lover of Devotion. And we see the clarity in this woman's eyes. So, starting off the reading with two very powerful feminine energy cards. This woman has abundance at her heart chakra. She's very clear, she's very strong in herself, and she has a choice to make. There are two suitors standing behind her. So she is in the process of choosing her path, and that actually is what the reading is about. So if you think about these two cards together, one has to do with healing. Something has been transformed. And when that transformation happens, you stand in your life like this, ready to choose your next pathway, and that to which you will devote yourself, which I love that idea. All right. So the first card on the human realm, also, it's Spirit saying it's the natural progression. That's also a Major Arcana card. So we have a Major Arcana in the Lover of Devotion, followed by this beautiful card, the Counselor of Truth, who stands in his own life. This would be the Hermit. Hands are upstretched. He has become a touchstone of wisdom for himself within his spirit being, is what my guides are talking about, within his being. And that's why you stand this way in your life. It's like this, isn't it? All right. So this comes first. So while you're in this process of making this decision, this is how you stand. And Spirit's saying nothing could be more fortuitous for you than that. So the transformation that happened in 2018 has brought you to this capacity where you get to calmly stand in your life with clarity of vision and see which path you would like to go down in order to go forward. And, this guy was a hermit. He lived apart from society a little bit. And Libra, we're talking about your inner life, that place of balance. That's why he's here showing up, really describing the clarity with which you stand in order to go on the next adventure, because you are going on adventure. There's the next card. Okay, the adventure of art. And it's all about vibration. You guys who've been following along, you know what my spirit guides say about this. And once again, we see the turning of destiny. So this young man went on an adventure to recapture an instrument, and we're talking about yourself. And that's why this leads the reading. All right. You are choosing a path, and it has to do with your own destiny. There's destiny unfolding here, and I can see it in the cards. So it's wonderful to give you a Major Arcana card from the spirit guides about the devotion that you feel inside of yourself that is helping you to understand who you are, which is this, right? How do you stand in your life now? Well-balanced, wise, a touchstone of wisdom for yourself, because you're going on an adventure. And the adventure is linked to your future destiny and to the unfolding of 2019, which is going to be a momentous year. So we see the beautiful triple spiral of destiny turning when this young man sets off on his adventure. And it's a little bit of a secret. He's going under the cloak of night to recapture this sacred harp, this instrument that was very important to the tribe. It had a very special magical type of vibration. And through that vibration was sent forward. Spirit's talking about the mythical knowledge. This instrument was the vibrational wisdom holder for the tribe, for the clan, for the family, however you identify that society. So, I've been talking about your purpose for an entire year. And if you've been following along, you know that my channel guides talk about your purpose as your energy set point. And we've been transforming in order to bring us into alignment with our individual transformational set point. And Libra, there you are. You are on a journey in 2019 to recapture something that has been either taken from you or fallen away from you. And what I love about it, look, this is how it sits on the table. The Lover of Devotion. that intention inside of you, that desire, sends you on this incredibly epic mission, Spirit says. And here's the next card. It's another major arcana card. Do you see the instrument? Spirit guides are not fooling around. That is the rememberer of lore. So you stand in your life clear with your purpose, a touchstone of wisdom for yourself. You go on this adventure to recapture something, and on the last card on the human realm, you reach your goal. Something momentous is happening. I've been saying this throughout the readings. So we have already 3 major arcana cards out, right? So this person was a sacred bard, the rememberer of lore, had the sacred instrument, and he would sing these beautiful songs. And Spirit's talking about enchanting, mystical knowledge that comes through the throat chakra. And it's interesting that this person, being the touchstone of wisdom, this is the type of wisdom that you have inside of you. You're going to go and recapture this in December. I believe when the retrograde passes off, something is going to be revealed to you. So during the first few days of December, while we're still in retrograde, go deep. Spirit's been saying, just stand still. Everybody just breathe into the moment and let the power and the wisdom of the universe finish this transformational cycle. And then, of course, we all go forward, revealed with our true purpose. Really amazing. And for you, here's the bridge card. The warrior of battle. And do you see the spear now? Right at the tip is destiny unfolding. And we have several cards already about the unfolding of destiny. So through this transformational cycle, this last cycle that we're in December, heading into the solstice when the days of light come back, there is an emergence. And this is about emerging out of the passage tomb. We see the passage tomb behind this young warrior who has his destiny at the tip of his spear, because he is in command of his power, and he is open and he is able to provide for the tribe. That's part of the story with this card. So there is something that you're going to be providing for the tribe of humanity. And it's because you have stepped into this touchstone of wisdom in your own life. And from here, you go forward to recapture something about your identity that's been lost or secret or uncovered, things like that. That's what's coming through. And so I just want to remind you, that's where we started. Here's the first card on the spirit realm. All right. So spirit guides are talking about the reflection of the energy that's coming through the reading. So something has passed on. And while that's something, and spirit is talking about through the retrogrades, okay? While that transformational process was underway, your soul intention was to reconnect with the wisdom of the universe. This is a very deep card about profound transformation and healing. It is the sacred cauldron of the Dagda, out of which all healing arises. And we see the same flowers that the woman of knowledge is picking. Elderflowers. Okay. Spirit wants me to read to you from the deck about this. I'm just going to take a moment, okay, because Spirit, what they're saying is, it's the end of the year. It's the last chance we get to talk with you about the transformative process that you've been undergoing. And by the way, they're reminding me, I didn't say it. This card, also major arcana, right? Next to the last of the major arcana in the deck. And that's how deep your transformation is going. All right, so I'm going to hold this up while I read to you, okay? All right, so there we are. Let's see if I can get that in the camera. That's better. So the renewer is actually the renewer of devotion, okay? And that is the lover of devotion. So this thematic, okay, Spirit is calling it a thematic presence, is very powerful. I'm getting poked in the shoulder to make sure that I drive home that message about the impact of the story that's coming out through the cards, and wanting to make sure that you really take it to heart, which is one of the reasons a lover of devotion is here. So whatever it is that you feel deep devotion for in your life, That is what's going to lead you to recapture your vibration and go through this intense healing, because you have a drive inside of you now after all the transformation of 2018 that will not be denied. And it leads you into direct connection with your soul purpose for the intention of this healing. All right. So all that being said, let's see if I can just give you some notes from the book. So the divinatory meaning of the card is about transformation, about bringing matters to resolution, releasing and forgiving, having the freedom to act with your full power or resources, a new lease on life, and the recovery of essential focus. And Spirit's talking about this. Okay. There's something about your vibration, Libra, that does add to the tapestry. I've been talking about it. If you're new to the channel, go look. There is, Spirit is talking about a profound finishing, sort of wrapping up the work of 2018 in a way that is extremely important for you and the blessing that comes with this kind of a healing. So the renewer of devotion shows us the cauldron of rebirth in its entirety for the first time. This Gundestrup cauldron is a real artifact. It was found in a bog in Denmark. It depicts many of the major themes and deities in the Celtic belief system. The three hooded figures depicted here appear in the context of renewal, healing, protection, and fertility. They appear as the triple guardians and the initiates of the cauldron, the spiritual sons of the guardian brigade, and as the three forms of the tripartite soul. Having experienced the triple spiral of life, the soul is made free on the circuit of existence and is renewed with deeper insight. The renewer of devotion helps to deepen our compassion for the whole universe by bringing us to a better understanding of the patterns of our life and experience. And the Spirit question is, where's transformation imminent in your life? So Spirit's asking me to illustrate the message that's coming through one more time. All right, so let's see if I can, hang on one sec. Okay, this is where we started, right? A death process. A rebirth process having to do with your devotion and the turning of destiny, which we see multiple ways, Spirit says, in the light of this. And having emerged through your death process, coming out of the passage tomb, which has a lot of significance, standing in your strength with your spirit, the tip of the destiny that you are meant to have. Pardon me. And this is what your soul is doing while you are living your human life. This is the destiny that's meant for you. And the soul purpose, the energy, the frequency, the circuit, which Spirit's been talking about. This is what's happening in the mystical realm, okay? In the universe, if you will. Spirit's talking about the heavens, all right? So once that process of profound healing goes forward, the next step on the soul journey, and you see that we see destiny again. That's the third time that we literally see the turning of destiny. Then there is a dialogue about the knowledge that you've gained and that you've come into and that you are seeking. There's a new road you're going down, and you are going to come into Spirit's talking about being an initiate and being in the spirit of a sacred student. Feeling that you don't have the knowledge that you need. And basically the universe saying, yes, you do. You're in the perfect spot that you need to be in order to step forward. It doesn't matter if you know everything yet. So this is a story about a young man whose father was a great wisdom holder. And it was a lineage passed down within a family. Okay. So he was out having an adventure. His father died. He had to travel home to take up the sacred chair of the wisdom holder for the tribe. And he put on this fake beard and he was quaking in his boots. He didn't feel ready, but he was being transformed by the willingness to step forward. And one of the elders came to see him. They had a long talk about the knowledge, about being a wisdom holder. And he finally said, I got this fake beard on to make myself look older and wiser, and I'm just not ready. I'm just going to be honest, and I'm going to step down off the chair. Why don't you come sit here? So he did. And if you've been following along, you probably know the story. The elder went and sat in the chair. And do you love how his finger, just like the sword, is pointing to destiny? See that? He just looked at him and said, okay, as my first act as the wisdom holder, I'm reinstalling you into the chair. Because you've shown yourself to be ethical. You've shown yourself to be well-balanced, and we're talking about Libra. And it's time for you to step on this next part of your journey. So Libra, you're going deep into your own nature. And because you are a touchstone of wisdom within yourself, it is what drives this process forward of great shift and change and the deepening of your soul journey, preparing you as a jumping off place, Spirit saying, for 2019. And I just want to show you something that's just really beautiful, really, truly beautiful. So the way the cards are aligned, as you know, carries a lot of impact within the story of the reading. Look at that. Do you see how this is aligned? This adventure based on the love and devotion you feel for the path that you want. And there's the path. And the path is coming through on a soul level. So there's a very deep process, really beautiful going on. All right, and the very next card, the last card on the spirit realm, Destiny, the woman of skill, who literally holds the spool, the sacred spool of destiny in her hands. And she winds it around the sacred tower of inspiration that comes from within her. She's in command of her destiny. I'm getting choked up. One of the things I was saying, I might do a little quick live stream this weekend about how people have been asking me, well, how do you get the messages and how does that work? And there is a process, and I think I'm ready to speak about that. Whoops, it goes this way. So check it out. Your destiny is really profound, and you are coming into this place where you are transforming. You've been transformed. Obviously, we see that in all of these ways. All right. So Spirit's talking about the great turning of your destiny in these days that you're in. And because of all the retrogrades and because that process is finished, well, in a couple of days, right? I think Mercury goes direct on the 5th or the 6th or something like that, right? So Spirit's saying, I want you to know how deep you're standing in these last days of retrograde so you can revel in that place and just take up your quiet and see with the deep vision within you what your journey is, what your transformation has been about, and to connect with your internal purpose in a way that is validated. That's what Spirit's saying, because there has been a great shift and change, and there's a lot of shift and change going on here on the earth. The energy is changing, right? The nodes just changed. If you haven't looked at the astrologer, go to your favorite astrology site and just check it out and see what's going on. There's a lot, right? And there's the outcome. This card in the traditional tarot is the Tower card. In Soul Tarot, we look deeper. And what this really is about is changing that which is true. It is meant to change the truth of your internal being. And we already know that it's happened because we see it in all of these ways, because you've been on this incredible journey and you're in control of your destiny. That's what has changed. And Spirit is driving home the message, because this is not about a catastrophe that's about to happen. Not at all. Don't freak out. This is confirming what we see here in this reading and wanting you to understand the nature of the change. So, you know what? I'm going to read for you from the book about this one too. And then we'll pick one more card. And I'm going to post a picture on the community page. YouTube is changing things around, as they do from time to time. So they've taken some things away. They've added a few things. So I have the capacity now to post pictures and write a little message. I can post a little video on the community page. So in order to change up how I'm doing the readings, because I'm meant to change as well, I'm Going to go forward like this for a while. Let me know if you like it. My goal is to make the readings shorter and more concise and get the message out. And then the picture of the spread will be on the community tab, labeled as Libra. Okay. So the Changer of Truth, again, I forgot to say, another major arcana card. All right. So here we go. The Changer of Truth is about complete change. Alteration of the world as one knows it. Old habits are overthrown. Their routine is destroyed. There is revelation, and that's what Spirit wants to focus on. This is about clarifying and cleansing. The Changer shows the great god Tyrannus, the Thunderer, wielding his lightning bolt. The Romans associated Tyrannus with Jupiter. There you go. And we all know Jupiter is moving forward into Sagittarius, and we are all coming into a time of great change. And spirit guides are saying, because Jupiter is going into a fire sign in your air, it is going to affect you in ways that are bountiful, and it is going to bring a change. And Spirit's saying it's going to be fabulous change. Don't worry. When Tyrannus turns his wheel, everything is changed utterly. The upturned cauldron in this card appears in numerous stories where guests are invited to a specially built hostel by their enemies, only to find that their hostel is made of iron, which has been heated from the outside, and there is no way out. But when the mold is broken, we are forced to shapeshift. So the mold has been broken. When you think back about 2018, all the eclipses, the intensity of the full moon cycles, and the number of retrogrades, and the way Spirit's talking about, look back and review while we're in retrograde about the how things unfolded through the year, and you'll understand why this is here, helping to drive home the message that everything has changed. Everything. A little song just popped into my head, and it's famous singer, I can't think of her name, and it's called Everything Has Changed. Maybe I'll post it, okay? Just for fun. Below the video, I'll post a link for you. And you know what? It's a love song, actually. Something really beautiful. It's about the vision that you have going forward, having this momentous change. So, all right, let me finish reading this to you. The Changer of Truth uses shock tactics to shake out pride, smugness, and other inessentials out of us. Tyrannus reveals interesting new shapes into which we can shift. What are the old habits, concepts, and structures that you have outgrown? It's a beautiful message. Spirit says, don't freak out. I keep getting that. All right, so let me just focus for a minute. Spirit, what is the message from the Mystical Shaman Oracle for beautiful Libra this month? Is there an additional piece of information that will help clarify this message and give beautiful Libra one more notion with which to go forward? And there it is. The Witness. Beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that artwork phenomenal? I love it. So I'm going to read about this as well, and then we'll wrap it up. And I'll look forward to seeing you in January, okay? And hey, while we're at it, I always forget to say this. Do me a favor. Give me a like and a thumbs up. I appreciate it. It affects the algorithm somehow. I'm not sure how, but it has some kind of an impact. I don't pay too much attention to the inner workings of YouTube, but apparently that is something that I should be doing. Okay, The Witness. There we go. See if I can get it right in the camera for you. There you are. The Witness observes without engaging in any action. By cultivating inner stillness, we are able to assess any situation from a higher perspective and make better decisions. When we can be present for someone else's difficulties with stillness, then we're able to truly hear them and give better advice. Sometimes we can be so still that we are a mirror for the other. And then it is through our presence that they receive their own answers. The witness that has been by your side all along is now ready to become your ally. You thought you were the doer, but today you discover that things happen when you get out of your own way. Witness creation unfolding before you. Change reality by finding stillness and letting your true intention reveal itself. So, Spirit's asking me to hold up a couple of cards, and we'll just end on that note. All right. The witness. And we see the way these cards are aligned. So Spirit says, there it is. That's the message. So have a wonderful month. Enjoy the holiday season. And I'll look forward to being here with you in January. I'm so grateful to be here with you. And thank you for a wonderful year. Bye.